Learning is different to growth. And there are two things that come to mind. You have to learn constantly and differently. Learning has to become a necessity, not an optional thing. Now, so many people think, isn't learning growth? It's not, they're different.
So learning is different to growth.
Learning is different to growth.
But when you learn, you grow.
You don't always grow. No, when you learn, you won't always grow.
Explain that.
What is learning?
Learning is something you're doing for the first time that you've never done before, and then you'll know how to do it again in the future.
But learning is information, right? So when you're learning something, first time you're taking in some information, most of the time, or early times, you're actually taking in new information. And in your brain, you're synthesizing it, you're connecting it, and you're creating something in your mind. You're understanding it. That's learning, right? But then that's knowledge. So you take your learning, you input the information, you process it, you synthesize it, you connect it to stuff you know, and suddenly it makes sense. Now that is knowledge. I can give you knowledge all day long. If you do nothing about it, you do nothing about it.
Yeah.
But then you go out there and you go, I'm going to apply this knowledge to something practically useful for me or a problem I'm solving. So what happens is you go and put this knowledge out there, and you, when you put it, you apply it. You now experience things and you get information and feedback from that. You learn the nuances of where you're putting it on. Through that experience of applying this knowledge, you suddenly can do something you couldn't do before. And you become a certain person. That's growth. So you could learn all day, but if you don't apply it, you don't make mistakes, you don't grow past it, growth never happens. Learning and growth, they're very close. They happen side by side, but they're two different things. And ultimately, growth is when you become the master chef. It's a big difference.